All right, guys, from the mount here, let's look at some of my favorite attacks from this position. Working great gi or no gi, but if you have the gi, let's try first with a real simple cross choke. So I got my hand inside his lapel. I'm gonna adjust my base a little bit so he doesn't roll me over, and I'm gonna start looking for that second grip. As I look for that second grip, it's very common that my partner's not gonna like that. He's gonna try to push my elbow up and stop my elbow from coming across his face. When he does that, my knee slides up to the height of his head. I come a little bit down and I start to isolate his arm now. So I start to isolate the same arm that was doing the defending. I'm now on the attack, right? I'm gonna tuck my foot in under his lower back and I'm gonna sit down here, keeping my crossfade across his face here. As he tries to come up naturally, I'm gonna escape my foot, okay? Then I make sure with the crossfades that he stays down. My knee comes up across his face, making sure he also stays down. And then I come and make sure his arm is also bent here, okay? I don't wanna let him straighten out his arm. So I'm keeping good, tight pressure on his chest, across his face, and keeping him in a real uncomfortable position right here, okay? When I'm ready, I can start passing my foot all the way over his face and looking for the monoplata here. So I'm just gonna take his tricep, keep my ribs smashing down on his forearm, and with my elbow on the floor and staying low and heavy, I'm gonna try to scoop my hips under his arm for the finish of the monoplata. Keep my knees really tight. We can get the finish right here, okay? Now, a lot of times, your partner may have his chin high first, let's say, and I can maybe come around his head under and go for a go-go plata right here, okay? Some guys realize that this is an opportunity for me to choke him, so they don't let this happen though, right? The guys with more experience, and they already grab my foot from the beginning, blocking this foot from getting under his chin, okay? So I wanna grab his sleeve for the next submission, but first I'm gonna kick his elbow, make sure it's pointed up, and I pull all the way through. So now I'm hooking under his tricep, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay down now, pulling his arm to me, extending my leg, and using this foot on the floor to do just a little hip escape right here. And I get the finish right here. So be careful, sometimes it's hard for your partner to tap, but you got a really good control from this position, okay? Don't forget, you also have opportunities to go for a triangle here, especially if your partner doesn't let that foot out, you can start working your triangle. Last resort though, is when you maybe don't have the greatest control of your partner, or you're working with a really big guy and you lost control somehow. He was able to sit up. So as he rocks and gets up, I'm going to move with him, but I'm not gonna lay down, okay? I stay in control, I scoot back, I put my legs in position, and now I'm ready to come forward for the finish. When you guys do this one, try not to lay your back on the mat, okay? Because if you lay your back on the mat when you're going into the omoplata, you give your partner an opportunity to possibly begin his defense. So give it a try, stay sitting up on that omoplata. Even if you don't get all these techniques, if you can get one or two, you're gonna create a great combo, a great method of attacks here. We call this system, this sequence, called multiple choice, all right? So this is your multiple choice attacks from mount, and starting with the monoplata. Hope you guys like it. Give it a try, let me know.